Despite Georgia's Republican leaders certifying Joe Biden as the state's winner of the presidential election, a third count of the vote is now underway, believe it or not, at the request of the Trump campaign. This morning, election workers began retallying votes with a deadline set for 1 week from tomorrow. Meanwhile, the January 5th Senate runoff elections are just 6 weeks from today, and the Secretary of State's office says over 800,000 absentee ballots have already been requested. Joining me now is the chair of the Georgia Democratic Party and new Congresswoman-elect Nikema Williams, representing the district of the late John Lewis. She was also recently elected president of the Freshman House of Democrats for the 117th Congress. Congratulations on all your victories. It's been quite a run. So appreciate your time this afternoon, Congresswoman-elect. Let me begin with DeKalb County, if I can, because election officials there are telling the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that they will be stretched thin to meet next week's recount deadline, as well as keeping up with the demands for that January runoff election. How concerned are you? Are you concerned at all that this could have a negative impact in Democratic strongholds simply by the volume they have to deal with?
So I absolutely have some concerns, Eamon, but I know that this is all a part of the ploy to tear our workers down, people who are doing the work to save our democracy, to support our democracy, in spite of all of the antics of our current president. We know that this is just going to mean at the end of this recount, for the third time, Donald Trump will lose the state of Georgia. So workers are doing everything that they can to be in compliance and make sure that they meet the deadlines. But we are also doing everything that we need to do on the ground to make sure that we have support systems in place, getting people informed about what's to come next, things that counties would typically be doing around absentee voting. We're stepping in the gap and making sure that people understand the process and getting those applications back in. As
you know, now that the election has been certified, or the votes have been certified for Joe Biden, it's more and more and increasingly going to be Joe Biden sworn in as president. The Republican narrative has also increased in Georgia that you need Republican control of the Senate to check a Biden administration. What do you tell people to convince them to vote for Jon Ossoff and Reverend Warnock in the state of Georgia to counter that Republican narrative that they need a check on Joe Biden?
Eamon, Georgia voters showed up to vote on November 3rd because they knew exactly what was at stake. They knew that getting a national response to this pandemic was at stake, getting our children back to school safely. I have a 5-year-old who you might hear at any moment, who's upstairs right now because he's in virtual kindergarten and didn't get to start off school, meeting his friends and his new teacher. We need leadership in this country who's willing to get this right. And our 2 U.S. senators have enriched themselves instead of looking out for everyday Georgians. So I know that when we elect Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock to the United States Senate, they're going to be looking out for everyday Georgians, not looking out to line their own pockets.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that senior senator there, David Perdue, let me play for you something he told a rally in Georgia just yesterday on the presidential election. Watch.
What are you doing to help Donald Trump in this fraud?
Well, I'm going to tell you that in a minute. I'll be glad to help you with that.
What are you doing?
Well, I'll tell you that in a second. We called for the resignation of our Secretary of State, what we did. We're calling for lawsuits right now. We're doing a lot.
What does it mean that a sitting Georgia senior senator does not accept the results of the election? And do you believe it will set a new standard? And will Perdue question the results if he loses in January the way he's doing right there?
He can question the results all he wants, just like Donald Trump has, but that's not going to change the will of the people. The voters spoke. The voters decided that over 50% of the state did not want him to continue to be our United States senator. And I am confident in voters turning back out in force for January 5th to make sure that their voices are heard. It's absurd that a U.S. senator is questioning our democracy here in this country. But that's why we have elections, and that's why we have an opportunity to get senators in place this January who will really stand up for Georgia voters.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.